morning and welcome back to the My Crypto Journey live stream. Here for a little Celsius energy drink and crypto. Don't tell Kayla that I'm drinking energy drinks again. But if you're new to the stream, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you like this type of content, subscribe. Just subscribe if you're watching over on YouTube. And if you're watching over on X, make sure to like and at least repost. We have our first repost from Malibu. Thank you so much. Good morning. Appreciate the love. Right off the rip. And of course, we have Javi, number one in the chat. Guys, if you're a PEPE holder, if you're a crypto holder, you need to watch out for this one thing that you're not going to find out to the end of the stream. Now, we'll talk about it. Obviously, a little bit of clickbait, a little bit of engagement farming and whatnot. But it seems like my original prediction is coming true, even though we kind of got off the rails a little bit. You can see with my technical analysis, astrology for men. But it is checking out. So obviously, we did have Bitcoin have a nice little rally recently. We tested 12.5. Didn't look like we could break through, $112,000, 500, right? 112,500, whatever the fuck that number is, right? Obviously, we're still trending down. It did break through the trend line for a little bit, but we're still starting to trend down again. We'll see if this flips. But like I said in the last couple of streams, I wasn't too sure. Sorry about that. Fucking third world internet, nice apartments, third world internet. I wasn't too sure about this price action here. I wasn't, really sold on us pumping, even though, historically September is the worst month for crypto. Yes, we have interest rate cuts to look forward to, but there's a lot of things with the whole economic situation that could really point towards maybe us going down a little bit more. So we did reject that, right? I think we broke past it a little bit yet, touched 12.5 and went back down. So my trade is still good. Thank God. I'm really going out on a limb here, and we are starting to trend down. Now, guys, in the grand scheme of things, Bitcoin's doing fine. We're still trending up, but I still think that we're going to get a little bit, we're going to start ripping near the end of the month. So I think I'm short-term bearish, long-term bullish, of course. And this applies to all cryptos out there. Everything tends to follow Bitcoin. Even though, we're supposed to be getting some sort of altcoin season, it doesn't seem like we're having it just yet. I know that our feed is filled with just ridiculous, like kind of bullishness sometimes, but it's good to be bearish in the short term, right? But Javi, good morning. Number one in the chat. I appreciate you. Yes, like and repost. Javi, what's up, baby? We have Felix. Of course, we couldn't have a stream without Felix coming in with the bearishness. This crypto market sucks dick. Bud, what's up, Bud? How we doing? Hey, yes, DCA all day. Oh, Mob Fit Business. Thank you so much for reposting the stream. I appreciate you, brother. Bennett Thread says, Pepe, good afternoon. Yes, we love Pepe in the chat. We love Pepe, our favorite meme coin, our favorite crypto, really. I want to leave this market once I break even. Don't give up. Don't give up. Let me see. Brandon, good morning. Good morning. How we doing? A Morgs, PZ on base for a billion. Shout out to the PZ community. Yes, Brazilian internet. I know. Kayla, good morning. Good morning. When is Newsom dropping his token? Yes, if you guys didn't know, Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom, and I think they call him Bang Your Wife because I think he banged his dead best friend's wife or something like that. I don't know. He is coming out with a meme coin. Now, say what you want about Gavin Newsom. I lived in California. I couldn't have that if I was in California. Don't know why, but the bad guys are going to get the guns anyways. Look, every day we hear about these mass shooters going on rampages and killing people. Like, that shit sucks. And a lot of these guys get their guns legally. But the truth is, a lot of guns are in the hands of bad guys who kill themselves every single day. You just don't hear it on the news because it doesn't fit the narrative. So just keep that in mind, right? We're Americans. We like our guns. We're going to keep our fucking guns, right? Brandon White says, bought some quant yesterday. It was on sale and I had a coupon. Hey, there it is, right? Jay says, what you moved back to Cali? I did not move back to Cali, but Gavin Newsom's been I'm from California. He's my governor for my entire life. And say what you want about him, his meme game and his social media presence has gone up a little bit. And I feel like in this weird, wacky world that we're in, you need that. Now, obviously, overall, we're pretty red. Now, some interesting surprises in the crypto market. Fucking pump funds going crazy. Meme coins going crazy. And of course, Donald Trump's and his family's liquidity grab, World Liberty Finance, is down. Here's the thing. At first, look, at Donald Trump it's been pro-crypto. I'm pro-Trump. I mean, when it comes to just presidential candidates, he was best for the space. But it's pretty obvious that him and his family are grabbing as much liquidity as they can in the space as much as they can. They're trying to get rich, right? So do the same, right? Do the same. Now, obviously, with the launch of Trump token, Melania token, all the fucking insiders tied to Libra token and Yeezy token, and all these people that are tied together, they all know each other. They're all working together. That's why none of them are going to get in trouble for anything. Fuck it, right? They're trying to milk this community as much as they can. So just keep that in mind. On the back end, we are getting positive price action for a lot of cryptos. I think the reason why we're hitting all-time highs in this market is because of the Trumps. But at the end of the day, they are siphoning liquidity, in my opinion, out of the space because they understand that they only have 4 years in office before they have to get out and those sorts of things. And if I sound a little brutal and raw, it is what it is. And you have to call a spade a spade. And I'm never going to sit here and blindly support someone without calling out some of the bullshit that we see, like the Epstein files. You can't have everything, right? You get some good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? No one's perfect, okay? So it's important to understand that. But if you're in meme core, which I think is like a top meme coin now, let me see. I think it was top 10 the other day. It might just be fun. Where the fuck are memes? There it is. It might be like dominating now. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So meme core up 255% over the last 7 days when the rest of the meme coin market is bleeding. And we really haven't seen any changes of like rankings, but meme core doing big things. I don't even know what the hell this is, but shout out to meme core holding it down for the meme coin space. World Liberty Finance down again. Now I have a robo-caller calling me. So hey, interesting times in the crypto market. Once Bitcoin hits 120K, ever again, I'm going out for good. Yeah, I see a lot of different opinions on the market saying that, maybe we're starting to see like the last rotation in the Bitcoin from. Here's the thing. I think the major capitulation that we're going to have in the crypto space, like the major dump we're going to have, is just institutions dumping. Because although you and I may seem like Bitcoin as a long-term hold because we believe in it, maybe you don't believe in technology, but you believe like what it stands for. I just think that institutions are going to see it as a way to sidestep whatever negative price action we're going to have coming to the market, and they're going to dump their bags, and they're going to dump on all of us, right? So the same green candles they're giving us, they're going to give us those red candles, I think, when we have a massive dip again. So hopefully it's just not too bad. The best thing you can do right now is just get some Bitcoin for yourself. I can't promise it's going to be this price forever, but I think in the grand scheme of things, we're going up. Right. So just keep that in mind. What's up, Morpheus says, what's up, Roddy from the Roaring Kitty community? Shout out to the Roaring Kitty community. Appreciate you guys. You guys are always in the chat, holding it down. I appreciate you. Let's look at the overall cryptocurrency market. But yeah, my prediction with Bitcoin is going well. We did break outside my trend line a little bit, but we are starting to trend down again. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a reversal, but it is Thursday. And usually I don't know, lately the crypto market's been doing some things on the weekends. But we do have some news for the market overall, but we're going to go into like specific crypto. So Bitcoin at $109,000 after hitting 112.5 yesterday. Ethereum down 2. And pretty much over the last week, the entire market's been kind of just slowly bleeding out. Now, like we said before, we talked about it late August, that historically September is a bad month for crypto. Yeah, I think we can break trends, but it's okay for us to have a bearish month when, August was insane for crypto, especially for Ethereum. We hit an all-time high. And it looked pretty good, altcoin season, that narrative coming back and whatnot. I just hope we get a true altcoin season, get some retail into crypto so we can pump this market together as a whole to bring us up together, And pretty much the top cryptos have not changed. Obviously, the big winner of the last month has been Kronos. Obviously, big partnership with Donald Trump, huge billions of dollars of investment. They were talking about going public yesterday. We'll see if that happens, but it'd be interesting to see another crypto exchange go public. So SEC Chair Paul S. Atkins says clarifying crypto rules is a priority in spring 2025 agenda alongside deregulatory reform. So obviously Paul Atkins holding it down for the crypto space. And here's a little agenda focusing on clear crypto rules, deregulation, and modernizing market oversight. So pretty cool. A bunch of different things they're going to be going over. So as a space, we're going to move forward, which we love, right? That's what we want as a crypto space, is to move forward. This is what we're doing slowly but surely, right? You were seeing little sprinkles of mass adoption every single day, but out of nowhere, Pump Fund coming back to dominate at a time where we probably thought that it was dead. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was down and out. They surpassed Hyperliquid for 24-hour revenue. Now, I think they're giving creators some sort of revenue back, and that's why we see a massive green bubble over here. 11%, I'd say it's pretty massive, right? That's pretty awesome. So Pump Fund coming back out of nowhere. you know. And Frank, with like the third consecutive $5 donation, I do appreciate all donations, guys. Thank you so much. Says, good morning. Just TA got my Solana Seeker phone. So you got your Solana phone. Okay, phone is an outdated Android, but I'm happy I got my airdrops. I'm still 50-50 on it. Yeah, so they're finally sending those out. What airdrops did they put on those? I know they put bonk on those, right? What's up, Triple I? Says, morning. It's painful that Link is not doing much this year. Yeah, you know, I think with a lot of these altcoins, these mid caps, even though you could say they're high caps, they're going to need to get some love. You know, I'm in the camp of just because something hit an all-time high before doesn't mean they're going to hit it again, but they could do some good numbers, right? Rick Rock says, good morning, Rodney. I hope you're bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and happy to be here. I am absolutely happy to be here. I'm absolutely happy to be here. Jayhawk, good morning, brother. How we doing, Jayhawk? Good morning, good morning. How you doing? How you doing? What else do we have going on? Buy some more Stratos on these dips. What's up, XXI Gaming? I don't know what Stratos is, but yeah. I think, you know, when it's red, it's time to load up on your favorite projects, right? Felix says, it's easy for you to accept this shitty market because you're rich and don't care about it, but we're poor. This affects us more than you. You're happy for this shitty market, but we aren't. Well, one, you don't know if I'm rich. You just assume that. Two, you don't know if I'm happy. I'm just accepting what the market is. You know, the thing is, like, with crypto and a lot of things, it's like you can accept it. You can ignore reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of reality. I can't sit here and be blindly bullish when I feel like the market's going to dip a little more. When when reality is the market's dumping and, you know, those sorts of things. So it's the same thing with my view on the Trumps. I could sit here and pretend like, you know, we released the Epstein files. We didn't run on that for fucking 4 years, you know, and talk about it for a whole, you know, campaign. I could sit here and act like, you know, launching Trump token was okay, then launching Melania and all these people. You know, I can act like that's not a thing, but it is a thing, right? And who says I'm happy for this? I would rather the market rip, because market ripping is good for me. It's good for me with business because people want to do promos, and it's good for me because people like watching streams when the market's pumping. They don't like watching streams when the market's dipping. So you could say that, but one, you don't know. Okay, so, you know, I'm just trying to have a positive spin on it. It's like meme coins. You know, a lot of people think meme coins, they understand that meme coins are mostly scams. The vast majority of crypto products are scams. But if you just understand that they're just here for a good time, not a long time, then you can move on. So there's that. All right. So this is interesting. So we're just getting started. Some incredible announcements to come. NASDAQ, ABTC. So if you guys didn't know, American Bitcoin soared from $6.90 to $11 after merger. So if you guys didn't know, the Trumps, right? Trump's family, American Bitcoin makes stock market debut. So Wednesday, this happened. It's an interesting NBC article. Now, a lot of, you know, major news outlets are just filled with their biases and those sorts of things, you know. But we did get some jobless claims. So they came at 237,000. 237,000. Forecast was 230. Previous was 229. So this is bullish for crypto, obviously, with interest rates cuts and those sorts of things. So we got some probabilities or odds for rate cuts. The rate cuts are going to happen. I think right now it's just whether or not it's priced into the price. You know, we don't know if it's the price. We don't know if we're going to start running before the rate cuts happen. I think we'll get a little bit of bump before the rate cuts start happening. You know, they go into effect or whatnot. We're assuming that they're going to happen. I think they're going to happen with these jobs, and then obviously inflation data and those sorts of things. So we'll see. But obviously, bad jobs good for rate cuts, right? While I'm here, red, white, or blue. I like exactly, yeah. You know, it is what it is. You know, we have to accept it. We have to accept it. You know. What's up, Gramsci? How we doing? How we doing? Good morning. Good morning. I don't know what that says, but I agree. Chu Trong Dong Gong Lai Bui Fat. Is that Vietnamese? Makes me want some pho, some spring rolls. Jayhawk Rock Chalk. Bryn Rex, good morning. How we doing, brother? How we doing, brother? What else do we have? So this is interesting. So, you know, one thing that we are seeing, though, is like a lot of people are starting to bet on ETH. I think ETH season is here. Will we get another all-time high soon? I think so. I think ETH is going to rip here. I don't know when. Probably when the rest of the market starts to rippity-dippity, you know? Because remember, even though I think Bitcoin's going to dump some more, like when we do hit those numbers, I think we're going to hit, and I think we're going to get bearish from here. You know, it's going to rip. Will double top hit its all-time high again? Will it blast through that? I don't know. going to be very, very interesting, right? But Ethereum strategic reserves have reached $20 billion in holdings. This is only beginning, and more is expected to flow in soon. Now, I like Tom Lee and Bitmine, right? They're big on Ethereum. It's like the Michael Saylor of Ethereum. He's saying that Ethereum's having its 2017 Bitcoin moment. It's 120x moment. Now, obviously not this cycle, but in the grand scheme of things. And I think so too. I think of it as, just because Bitcoin's a dominating crypto in the space doesn't mean it's going to be like that forever. And maybe institutions and we have stable coins and people tokenizing RWAs and those sorts of things. Maybe it'll all just be built on Ethereum, so big deal. So much institutional money is coming into ETH, plus a huge increase in stables is huge demand for ETH. Exactly, Gramsci, exactly. Stables are big, right? It's funny because stables, in my opinion, were like the big catastrophe of 2022, most notably for Terra Luna. And I think it was USTC. I forgot what their fucking ticker was for their algorithmic stable coins, but it's like now the highlight of it. More Federal Reserve news. So U.S. Department of Justice launches criminal investigation into Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. I think this was like mortgage fraud or something like that. But we're getting more people out that don't align with Trump's beliefs. So we're kicking people out and putting people on there that want to cut interest rates. I guess I don't know. Maybe she did some shady shit. I don't know. But I actually don't know the details of that. But yeah. So obviously the whole Supreme Court is going to deal with the tariff situation, whether they're legal or illegal. I know that last August was the best month we've had in tariff revenue. I think over $30 billion and almost $100 billion total. So tariffs are making people money. Can we pay down the debt with that money? I don't fucking know. Probably not. But we could send everybody stimmies, right? Morpheus says, when people are angry about the market conditions, it only confirms that they didn't have a plan or expectations of being rich sooner than what the market is allowing. Yeah, you think about crypto I think it is a good vehicle for wealth. Obviously it depends when you started, but the truth is a lot of people are going to get in when the crypto's at its peak hype, and which is right now, and they're going to buy at the top, and it's going to be hard for them to hold through the bullshit. It is going to be tough. It's just how it is every cycle, right? Some people are upset that the crypto market is not pumping, but most of us on the stream have been buying during the bear market. So we all should be up regardless of the market is down right now. That is true. Most top crypto products were down during the bear market, and they're up right now, but it is what it is. All right, what do you guys think about this? Let's check this out. Congressman Tim Burchett calls for nationwide stock trading ban on U.S. politicians. If you want to do insider stock trading, just get elected to Congress, which is it's interesting because but now it's like a crypto thing, right? You just launch your own fucking crypto project. But yeah, I mean, obviously with Nancy Pelosi and whatnot, becoming one of the best traders in the space, or at least her husband is, which is weird. Like, how do you have time for all that? I mean, it's interesting, right? Obviously, these politicians get into office and we know what it is, okay? We're not stupid, okay? We know what it is. Rules for thee and not for me, If you're a regular person and you found fucking, CP on your computer and your hard drive, you'd be going to jail in shame. But if you're a fucking elite, you can literally exploit young women and get away with it. And no one cares if you're rich and if you have enough money, pretty much. We know what it is. Rules for thee, not for me. Now, this was interesting because I keep seeing this everywhere. So U.S. SEC's crypto task force urged to quantum-proof digital assets. So I heard like quantum computing would be able to like crack codes, like seed phrases for people's crypto, which would be fucking scary if that could become a thing. I know it's not in the immediate future, but maybe 10, 15, 20 years down the road. But I wish we would solve this problem. I don't think not a lot of people are talking about this. But a proposal submitted to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Crypto Assets Task Force warned that quantum computing could shatter the cryptographic foundations of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the broader digital asset ecosystem unless safeguards are implemented. That's pretty much it. Right? What do you guys heard about that? Like quantum computing, like being able to crack Bitcoin seed phrases and codes and those sorts of things? That'd be fucking scary, right? That'd be super scary. Because that would also be like a bull case for having your fucking crypto on an exchange. At least it's on an exchange, right? And it's not going to get robbed from you. Quantum computing will be the downfall of the crypto markets. I've heard different views on that. I've heard like, yeah, it's at a point where it could affect the crypto space, and I heard that it's not going to get to that spot in forever. But I don't know. It's kind of scary, right? Are there any big news today to move the markets? Maybe the jobs reports, but I would say that we're just cooling off a little bit. we're cooling off a little bit after having a nice little run up. And I think this run up maybe was, I don't know why the run up was. I couldn't think of anything, but really no huge news that I think would dump the markets or dump the markets like that. You know, what else do we have? That's pretty much it. I mean, Michael Saylor, obviously, they're going to be going natural, right? So MicroStrategy meets all the criteria to be listed on the S&P 500. I mean, really, that's not a ton. There's not a ton of news. Just dipping a little bit. Let's see. What else do we have? BlackRock is selling ETH. But they bought double that of Bitcoin. So BlackRock is selling more. These motherfuckers sell so much. The margins on these guys' trades are like so small, you know? It's crazy. Rodney, when are you drumming for us, little drummer boy? I need to get a connection. I was actually drumming a lot this morning. I need to get a connection to the computer so you can hear it, because this mic is not going to pick it up. But I'll make a sick intro one time for you guys. Donald Trump posting the Cracker Barrel stuff. Play that song a little bit, but Legal, what's up, baby? How we doing? Welcome to the stream, Legal Alien. How we doing? What else we got going on? What is this? That's pretty much it for the news. We did see like a big meeting between like all like the other superpowers, and we're seeing like a lot of fear with like China. It was like China, Russia, North Korea. They got together yesterday and they had one of those weird communist fucking military parades, fucking dorks. Yeah, what was it? Let's see. Again, if Russia, China, and North Korea are the axis of evil, what do we call Israel? You know, this is like more political, but yeah, China held its largest military parade in Beijing to mark 80 years since World War II, overseen by President Xi Jinping and attended by the world leaders. Yeah, so they were just showing off like their weapons and stuff like these military parades are kind of creepy, you know. They love that. They love a nice parade to show off with their weapons and stuff like that. But you know, Americans are a little, even like if you were in the military at all, you did any sort of like drill ceremony. Like the United States, we have like a proper like guard where people will drill like perfectly, but it's not like a requirement for the entire army. All you have to do is walk and we kind of like we have like a swagger, like U.S. soldiers have like a swagger. Like when we march, it's like you're not all fucking tight. It's like you have a step, you're in rhythm, you know, but you're like arms are swaying. It's a different swagger. It's like a swagger of freedom. It's like it's weird how like you kind of see that in our military. It's like a freedom swagger. You know, it's not like a fucking tight. If I don't fucking get this march right, this guy's gonna throw my whole family in prison, you know? Not like that in China probably, but North Korea. And they were showing like some weapons for the first time, some hypersonic missiles. People are always scared about that. But we will fuck these guys up. I'll tell you that. At least for right now. But yeah, but only a few will be able to run a quantum computer to do that, though. Yeah, but all you need is a few, really, right? She is pronounced she. Xi Jinping. Frank the Tank, laying super low, doing well now, thankfully. May see resurgence 2026. Just got some things I need to recover from health-wise. Yeah, Legal, I saw you were kind of cooked with your health a little bit, but I'm glad to see you're doing better, bro. You know, I'm glad to see you're recovering and whatnot. I have you on Snapchat and I feel like every other fucking post is like you in like a hospital bed, but I'm glad to see you're doing better, brother. I know. You know, as you get older, you see all this shit happening, you know, it's like all you can really do is hope that your health is okay. You know? So I'm glad you're doing okay, brother. You know, I'm glad you're doing all right. It warms my heart. But yeah, Xi Jinping. So they had a little get together, a little flex. Ooh. I just think it's whack. Whatever. Whatever. What else have we got here? Let's see. That's about it. There's like a huge crypto space drama with people scamming people and shit like that. But who fucking cares anymore? I'll be right back. Who fucking cares anymore, huh? They're all scamming. Sadly, that has been the last year of my life, but fuck it, we ball. I'm still here. Hey, you're still here, baby. There it is, People spamming each other in the scamming each other in this crypto space. No way. I mean, the fucking president made it legal pretty much. Who fucking cares? I think the biggest, and I kind of saw this when it was coming, but just education, guys. Like if you're going to be aping into things, understand that like, you're going to get wrecked probably, But yeah, let me see. Yeah, like I've always said, like the Trump see like the crypto space is an opportunity to make like real life changing money. That's why they're easing up regulations and those sorts of things. And it's a way for you to capitalize too. So just keep that in mind. Just keep this. The one way you don't want to do it and get wrecked is buying these projects that obviously are like insider bullshit and stuff like that. Just buy good crypto projects. These World Liberty Finance, Trump token, Yeezy and Melania, like all this shit, like it's just there. It's just all fucking fodder, It's all there to distract you. And there's money to be made, but you need to have an insider advantage. And the truth is, you guys are not on the inside. If you're watching this stream, you're probably not on the inside. Having seen you in CH in a while, let me see on J Prodigy. Alien, I thought you got caught by ICE. I wish they would retire my bloodline from that legal dub. Yeah, I know. What else do we have going here? And that's pretty much it, guys, for the crypto news. Let's just hang out and chat a little bit. No, who's old? Fuck that. What do you mean? Let's see what else we have. Let me see. Oh, wow. It's pretty cool. So CFTC grants Polymarket approval to operate crypto prediction markets in the US. That's cool. Polymarket, man, is really, its stock is really going up, man. Polymarket, when people have their money on the line, it seems like these betting markets are just better, right? Did I add more to my sleeve? I did not. No, I did not. I still got the same sleeve. Beautiful art here. It is beautiful, though. I've taken really good care of it, though. Kayla, thank you so much for reposting this stream. I do appreciate it. If you guys are posting the stream on X, let me know because I can't see everything, but I do appreciate all reposts. It's the best way to help out the stream. AOC or loan, but remember for 26 months, are we playing this game again? All right, we're playing this game again. Who is, first of all, AOC is kind of a baddie. I would appreciate if she didn't say a word. I did have a date. I want to tell you guys, I had a date in NYC, a lunch date, which is Lauren Bobber. Let's see. AOC is hotter for sure. AOC is hotter. I had a date in New York, and it went horrible. It went as bad as you could think it is. Think of it. A lot of liberal chicks out there. Which I get it. You're liberal, and like I get down with some of the liberal. Nah, AOC is still hotter than this chick. Isn't this a chick that's like was talking about like Israel and not lobbying for them, and now like lobbies for them or some shit like that? I don't know. A lunch date? Yeah. So the only reason why I did a lunch date, the only reason why I did, because I had plans that evening, and I wanted to see she was cool, so I can invite her to see my friends. So I usually don't do lunch dates, but it was kind of there. It wasn't really a lunch date. It was like a coffee and shop date. You know what I mean? And it started talking about Tampa, then started talking about abortions, and like, oh, fuck, Jesus fucking Christ. I don't give a shit, but it is what it is. Primetime 99, Alex, since likes big boots, Latinas, so I guess AOC. Oh, what? Let's see. Do you like World Liberty Finance? I just think it's bullshit. I think it's obviously bullshit. It'll pump again, but it's obviously bullshit. Like the voting rules to sell or not to sell is definitely going to it's going to fit whatever fucking if World Liberty Finance is pumping, it's doing good. They're going to vote to unlock the token so they can sell. If it's not, they're going to let people accumulate so they can dump on their ass. That's exactly what's going to happen. I don't like it. I don't like this shit that's happening right now. It's like, do we need all these crypto projects? We don't. Was there nose pierce? No, it was not. New York has hot women, though. I'll tell you that. Liberal chicks are the hottest. I'm sorry, liberal chicks are the hottest to me. To me. They're just the hottest, man. They're just a little fucked up, but they're the hottest, bro. They're the hottest. I can't help it. All right. Yeah, pimp on a blimp. It's going all the way down. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I just think we know what it is. Unpopular opinion, but I'm not going to fucking lick the boots of anybody telling me to lick boots, you know? I only lick boots when I want to lick boots. You know? Yeah, you're a weirdo. I am a weirdo. Yes, I know that. I know. I'm from California. I'm also from California. Keep that in mind. You know, I'm a Californian. You know, keep that in mind. I'm a little weird. That is true. All right, what else do we have? Good news or bad news on Pepe? Fantastic news. If you're looking for a great entry point on Pepe, this is your great entry point. Andrew Tate lost 700K and 70K from World. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's not been having the best trading luck. I'll tell you that, Andrew Tate. I thought he's the one doing it. That guy's so fucking filthy rich. He barely even runs his account. No, I'm in Tampa, Florida. I'm in Tampa. Yeah, I'm not in Virginia. No. No more. I've been in Tampa for a year illegal. Where the fuck have you been, bro? You know. Where have you been, brother? Or West Virginia? I don't remember which. I was in Virginia. Do you launch Memetic, the OG Pepe name, on early exchange listings? I don't know what the fuck that is, Shiltoshi Nakamoto. Do you launch Memetic? I don't know what that is. You're the GOAT, man. I appreciate you. You're the GOAT, Arash. You're the GOAT. LMFAO. Where the frick have you been? You know? Tampa Bay? Yeah, baby. Yay. Shout out to Tom Brady. We have the same birthday. He's the GOAT. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. You decide. Maybe. Or maybe we just have the same birthday, you know? I don't know. What's up, Selmo Fudd? How we doing, Fudd? What we selling Fudd this morning? You sipping on the cognac? You coming out of left field? Tampa. Hey, what's up, Selmo? Selmo Fudd always comes with a little sassy comments. I'm waiting for a sassy one this morning, you know? All right, what else we have going on? But I love Polymarket. I'm so glad that Polymarket is doing big things, you know? And you know what? I'm glad that Ben Armstrong is. Shout out to Ben Armstrong. You know what I mean? I'm glad that Ben Armstrong is back. Fuck yeah. You know? Good. He got help. Yeah, my birthday's August 3rd. He got help. He's back in the game. Fuck it. We ball. Shout out to Ben Armstrong. I'm happy for him, you know? It's going to be a hell of a comeback story. Drugs will fuck you up. You know, they really will fuck you up. Coinbase dumping XRP. Data from XRP scan shows Coinbase slashed its XRP stash from 700. Huh. What do you guys think about that? Coinbase dumping XRP. Huh? What are your thoughts on Kusama? I don't know what Kusama is. Is that a meme coin? Lol, fuck BitBoy. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Fuck, let him cook. You know, he made a comeback story. Say what you want. The space loves Ben Armstrong. They love him. They love him. You know, this guy he'll come and pull numbers no matter what. Because in the crypto space, it's a very niche space. This motherfucker pulls numbers. I'll tell you that. You know, I'm sure he's even beating out his own company, and he just came back. Fun fact that was the list name of it in early days, like Bittrex X because of the US. Wait, fun fact is that was the listing name of it in the early days, like Bittrex, etc., because of the US. Wait, what are you talking about? Do you launch Memetic, the OG Pepe name, in the early exchange listing? I don't know anything about that. Pepe no, not $2.25. No way. No, it's not going to be that high. No, we got to have some you got to be real. You got to be a little bit of a realist. Pepe's not going to get to that much. It's a little redonkulous, but BitBoy looks like he's having a hard time in AA. You know what? He's still putting himself out on the internet. He's putting himself out. Yes, he got a tattoo of his fucking meme coin that rugged and found out that hoes ain't loyal. He found that out the hard way, you know, but I fuck with him. You listen to Billy Billy Jingle. First of all, shout out to Billy on Sweet. They're gonna do well. You know, I think you gotta keep your eye out for a bunch of emerging meme coins. Who knows when we're gonna get meme season? We just don't know. You could say that it's probably after the altcoin cycle and those sorts of things, but you never know. It's a proving ground for the Polkadot parachain. That Polkadot, fuck, man, fuck. Talk about a fucking failure, right? Talk about tokens or talk about crypto projects that I think that may never hit their all-time high again, but could probably pump. Talk about me needing a fucking haircut. That's what I need. All right, what else do we got going on the internet? Let's see. What do we got?
Who stands up to the president?
Donald Trump is trolling, dude. This is not real life. Check this out.
Anyone who criticizes the president, anyone who says anything adverse to the president's interests, gets the full weight of the federal government brought down on them. Anyone who stands up to the president, anyone who criticizes the president, anyone who says anything adverse to the president's interests, gets the full weight of the federal government.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I need to post this meme later, but that's hilarious. Is this true or not? I can't believe he didn't cry during the Titanic. Do men even have feelings? We do have feelings. You got another week before you need a cut? Thank you. Hey, Arash, thank you for that. Shit, I was just thinning. I need a haircut. I need a cut for sure. My hairline's running away, fucking eyebrows faster than I run away from commitment. God damn it. That is true. You know, Trump is, it is, if I'm being non-biased, it seems like a little bit of a dictatorship, a little bit. Hey, you know, I don't want to be on the other end of that. I'm talking shit today. A little weird, you know? But men do have feelings. These are our feelings. Let's see. What else do we have going on? Okay. I don't know what else. I don't know. Nothing really going on. Oh, that's weird. I talked about Polkadot. Is someone Polkadot came up in my feed? Polkadot never comes out in my feed. I'm gonna save this. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, hit my Instagram link. It's in the description down below. Oh, Conor McGregor's running for president of Ireland, which is hilarious. You know what is interesting though? We're gonna see like a massive counterculture. I think a lot of people are tired of like illegal immigration and those sorts of things. You know, we're seeing a massive counterculture. It could be the echo chamber that I'm in, but it feels like seen a massive counterculture. A lot of people are tired of illegal immigration and telling them that they're racist just because they want to be around their own people, which is, I think that's interesting. Let's see. What is this? ETH flips Bitcoin in 7-day centralized exchange spot volume for the first time in the last. Wow, that's interesting. That's actually pretty interesting. So ETH flips Bitcoin in the last 7-day centralized exchange 7-day and spot volume for the first time in 7 years. That's pretty interesting. I mean, it just goes to show that you know, the interest in Ethereum is going up. So we're starting to see it, like, you know, maybe more interest. Actually, you're right. What happened to Polkadot? I have no fucking clue what happened to Polkadot. Quite brave of you to scroll Twitter live, random TA, and constantly popping up on my feed. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, X will feed you what you like. Like, it's pretty quick. If you like a bunch of crypto stuff, it'll show you crypto stuff. If you like a bunch of thirst trap stuff, it'll show you thirst trap stuff. Sometimes it'll hit you with a random thing, but mostly it'll hit you with what you like. What else do we have? Hell yeah, a bullish as fuck on Billy. Let's go. I should vote for him. His shit talking game is out of control. Vote for who? Yeah, X is you know, the reason why I love X is because it's like the internet unfiltered. Like, if you want to watch porn, you can watch porn. Fine, whatever. If you want to watch people getting shot and beheaded, you can do that too. You want to watch whole families getting decapitated, you can see that too. But if you want to watch crypto stuff, you can. If you want to watch political stuff, you can. Whatever you want, X is there for you. And that's why I like X. It's the internet decentralized. No hand-holding. Man, Pump Fund, man. Over the past week, Pump Fund purchased $12 million in pump tokens, which equates to 98% of the total revenue for the period. Pump purchases are now up. Wow, okay, wow. So Pump Fund, man, making a comeback. I like it. Oh, you would vote for Conor McGregor. Yeah. For president. And you know what? He's kind of a degenerate. You know, the interesting thing about Conor McGregor, man, is like he's such a degen. Like he had a dick pic leaked of him, which I'm sure ups his stock. I mean, guy's got a hammer. You know, he's like cheating on his wife all the time, and she's like cool with it because fuck it. You know, Maxine Waters or Hillary Clinton? Hillary Clinton all day. Maxine, whoa. Hillary Clinton for sure. Hillary Clinton's not that bad looking. I mean, she dresses like a fucking like Colonel Sanders, but besides that, she's not bad. She's not bad. Internet decentralized, you made me laugh. Yeah, because if you think about it, the internet's kind of centralized these days. It's always fucking smacking you with ads. I talk about some shit, like I'll Google search something on my phone and I'll go open up Instagram and it hits me with ads and I'm like, yeah, just don't make it so creepy. Like, don't make it so obvious you're fucking. It's interesting too because people get mad about their phone sending them things they like, but like sometimes I don't want to. Like I was searching for furniture the other day and then like I get hit with like a bunch of ads on Instagram for furniture. I'm like, ugh, stop listening to me. Stop it. Stop. I get it. Yuck. Who's voting for Conor McGregor? The biggest ween dog in politics. It's got to be up there. Right? It's got to be up there. This nigga said he's got a hammer on him. Pause, motherfucking goddamn. He does. It's okay for you to recognize your bro as a hammer. If your bro got a fucking straight rocket, it's okay for you to recognize that and accept that. It's good for your bro. Good for him. Pat him on the butt in a good sports way, like good game kind of way, and move on. It's good for him. What else do we got going on here? Altcoin Daily, still the goats. Looking for the proof. He sent out a picture. Let me see. What else do we have here? Do we have anything else? New X. Wait, hold on. X of product. So head of X product says if you want to get rich on X, it isn't going to be through creator revenue or meme coins. What? If you want to get rich on X, it isn't going to be through creator revenue or meme coins. Instead, think about one subject matter that you know more than anyone else in the world. It can be anything: plumbing, menswear, Indian food, furniture, social apps, whatever. Post one unexpected insight you picked from your experience in that area. Keep it under 5 seconds. Do this every day for 6 months. If you stick with it, we will promote your accounts to others. By the end, you will be recognized as the world's leading expert in the sub. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, let me follow this motherfucker. He's dropping some alpha. That's some alpha. I'm still going to talk about meme coins though, but because I like meme coins. Yeah, I still like meme coins, So whatever, What else we got going on in the chat here? What's up with you guys? What do you guys got planned for the weekend? Anything exciting coming up in your lives? Talk to me a little bit. I want to hear what's going on with you guys. What are you guys doing? You guys feeling bullish, bearish? Your kids, one of your kids, did you find out one of your kids are gay? Okay, would you guys rather have a gay son or like a internet thought daughter? What would you rather have? Pick one. Death is not an option. Pick one. And if my clip guy is watching this, please don't clip this up. Or maybe you can clip it. No, don't clip it. Don't clip it. Stop it, Caleb. What do you mean, Jayhawk? You did what memo didn't you get, Caleb? Yeah, the X is the internet decentralized. Hookers, blow, and whiskey. All right, that's your weekend. That's a great weekend. I can't do that. You could, man. If I do that, it sets me back 2 weeks every time. But you have a good time doing that. That sounds like a great weekend. Until it's Monday and you're like, fuck, spent all that money. Was it worth it? Maybe. Buy daughter. Okay. Buy daughter. I don't know if I ever have kids. Obviously, whatever my kid decides to do, I'm going to accept him. What do you think about the guacamole website? Since you like meme coins, I'm not a big fan of guacamole. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to Texas to get fitted in a wheelchair. Oh my goodness gracious. I think Kayla sent me some. Did you send me some? I think you sent me some shit. Let me see. Wait, who is that, Kayla? Who'd you send me? You guys are nasty. I know where you're going, Kayla. I know where you're going. I'll call you later, bud. What are you guys talking about, you now? Okay, yeah, bud. Where do you live? I might have to take a flight out there and see what's up with what you're doing. Might sound like some fun. Maybe I need to get away. I don't fucking know. Oh, fucking. No, I'm going to stay in the house. I'm going to play the drums and play Magic the Gathering online. That's what I'm going to do this weekend. I ain't doing anything. I'm going to go for a walk, get some healthy food. Alabama. Gavin Newsom token will hit 50 billion. I bet you it's going to do so well. I bet you it's going to do it. I think it's going to at least hit 10 billion for sure. Gavin Newsom, at least for a little bit. You know, it would be crazy and a weird chess move if he launches a token that's not bundled at all. There's no bundles. No insider bullshit, just a true decentralized token. That'd be crazy. I doubt it, but it'd be interesting. With a banjo on my knee. What do you mean, Kayla? What do you mean by banjo on my knee? What are you talking about, nasty? Tennessee here? Nice, Tennessee. Brandon, you're the only 10 I see. Okay, let's see how the crypto market has flipped in the last hour. Yeah, we're getting worse, guys. Getting worse. Things are getting worse. Time to sell everything. Oh, World Liberty Finance is up 3% after being fucking up down 21% on the day. That's nice. Hopefully it starts to rip. I think it'll rip too. I don't know if it hit all-time highs though. We'll see. It might. I just have a sneaking suspicion that every time it rips, they're going to vote to unlock more tokens so people can make more money. Arash says, I'm holding. You're holding during the weekend? Nice. Buying, selling, holding. DJ meetup in Alabama. I've been to Alabama one time. It was the first time I fell in love with the Southern accent. I was at went to my first music festival, 2019, called Hangout Fest on the Gulf Shores of Alabama. And I remember going to this little bar after, and this girl was like, hey, would you want some hush puppies? I was like, damn, no. It's fried fucking stuffing, Thanksgiving stuffing, but very cute accent. Mayor Lightfoot or Maxine Waters? Maxine Waters for sure. It's got to be Maxine Waters. I sold Leva during this conversation for a nice profit. Nice, Brandon. World Liberty Finance is dumping. I got in at 5.4 billion. Jesus fuck. That's such a high market cap, Jay. Have I taught you nothing? BRB. Be right back. Have I taught you nothing, Jay? GS and Orange Beat. What's GS? GS. Yeah, I love the accent. The Southern accents are so, I mean, not dudes, but chicks, you know? Hey, baby. Hi. Well, some tea? I know not everybody drinks tea there, but you guys do like sweet tea. I do know that. Southern people do like sweet tea. I think sweet tea is gross. I'll be honest. I like me a nice Arnold Palmy, you know? I know is that Southern? Or you get just like sweet tea with like a fucking bunch of sugar in it? Gulf Shores, yeah, I know. It was just for a festival. I literally flew into Florida, I think Pensacola, and drove there. So those country accents can be fine. They are, yeah. I think, you know, it's funny because when you meet someone from the South, they think their accent is like, they don't like their accent. They think it makes them sound dumb. And I do think that there is a stigma with that accent, but that's not the way I look at it. Hey, bro, you reckon Brett? Hey, bro, you reckon Brett could hit a $3 to $4 billion market cap this? I do. Yeah, I think Brett's going to be, you know, say what you want at the end of the day. And Crash made a good post. Brett's still breading. It's still the number one meme coin on base. When meme coins run, Brett will have its day. For sure. That's what I think. I think maybe, I don't know about, definitely multi-billion. It'll definitely break its all-time high of 2 billion. That's what I think. Now, do I know? No, I'm just a guy on the internet, but I got a feeling. I got a good feeling. All right, let's read this post from Alex Becker. I like Alex Becker, but you know, this motherfucker just dips and comes back when the market's pumping. I don't like that, but overall, he's such a Chad. NFTs will be the online Rolex Richard Mille. Streamers will flex the digital assets they own, like their RL cars. Owning a penthouse in certain games and $5 million in game currency will be better and cooler than owning the real-life equivalent. People already live most of their social lives online. Their status is their online persona. You think they won't verify ownership and require control over their online persona and assets? If you don't see how this connects to gaming, digital realty assets, you're an inbred serf. Jesus fuck. Don't bitch to me when punks are at, I was talking about NFTs, yeah. Crypto punks are at $1 million floor and lands and games are selling for 500x. So I don't know if it's 2021 anymore. I think that, you know, the reason why a lot of people have like, at least some of the people, you know, we hang around that have all these nice things is for women mostly, you know. cars and, you know, and stuff like that, and really expensive watches. Maybe, I don't know. This is kind of bringing back the 2021 narrative when people are actually spending that much on land in the metaverse and shit like that, but we'll see. What are my thoughts on Vine? Just a hype. I think it's a very hype token. Very hype token. So just buy some and wait for Elon Musk to talk about Vine again. I love the Gulf Shores, Orange Beach. I want to buy property there. You know, I like the Gulf Shores too. It's not the water I'm looking for, you know? It's kind of murky. Now that's Cali Golf Course bougie with your long order coffee having ass. My coffee is not long order. This is what I like. I like a cold brew, a large cold brew with some Splenda and sugar-free vanilla. That's how I like my cold brew. Or just regular cold brew. I don't really care. Or the best coffee drink, first thing in the morning, double shot of espresso, empty stomach. That'll get you fucking going. You want some motivation in the morning? Wake up, pop a Zin in if you don't like nicotine. Double shot of espresso, empty stomach. Well said. Brett's my only comfortable hold at the moment. I mean, there's a lot of good plays out there. Dewey WC, but yeah, Brett, I mean, yeah, I think Brett's going to be a winner. I think it's almost impossible for it not to be a winner. You know. Yeah, Alex is very entertaining. Yes, very entertaining. I think he was like the dopamine guy back in the day, right? Like if like the self-help kind of guy, but he pivoted into crypto. I think there's one thing that's memorable to me that he said that really stuck with me about NFTs, and it's about like tokenizing like real world assets, like deeds and IDs and you know, like real like documents, and that's what NFTs are good for. That's what really stuck to me. You know, douchebag entertainment comes in the form of materialistic shit when they lack the dick. No, I know some guys who have fat cocks and still like all that stuff, you know. It doesn't help, right? I mean, it doesn't hurt, right? I don't think it's all douchebaggery. I think that, hey, whatever floats your boat. There's a market for it. Or find your lost remote. If you like nice cars and hot women and watches and stuff, do your thing, man. You know, doesn't always mean you have a small wiener. And just because you drive a big truck doesn't always mean you have a small wiener. You know, I think we stereotype too much. You know, yeah, that's just my opinion. Wait, you've seen it? Yeah, you're in the locker room, you know. You've been in the locker room with men before. Sometimes you see a wing dog, you know. Clip it, Kayla. Do not clip this, clip guy. He's gonna clip it. Nice. So rate cut probabilities. With just 13 days until the next FOMC meeting, yeah, this is the catalyst Bitcoin needs, new highs. I don't know if I think we're still going to dump before that. I think the rate cuts might be priced. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the rate cuts are priced in or not? What do you think? What do you guys think? You think the rate cuts are priced in? I want to hear your opinion. You've been in a locker room. You have friends that you know that. Yeah. So I don't think so. I do think a lot of life is a big dick contest, though. Who has a nicer car? Who's the hottest girlfriend? Nicest apartment? Those sorts of things. Kind of, you know, to make it so they feel good about themselves, you know, which is fine if that's their way to do that. I don't really knock it. Just it's a way, you know. Yes, I've had to shower with this big black guy named Janu in the military. It was scary ass shit. Yeah, so, you know, so if you know that person, maybe he's like really rich and has a nice car, and you know, like, well, he's not compensating for anything. Maybe some childhood trauma, but he's not compensating for anything down there. You know, he just likes all those nice things and has a huge wang. So hey, whatever floats your boat or finds your lost remote. And this is for my niggas working at the airport, you know, who got laid off. I take my shades off. Who knows what that's from? I need to sneak in the locker rooms then. Horny chat. Horny. Jeez, Elizabeth Grace is so hot. Elizabeth, shout out to the fucking UFD fam. She's so hot. What else do we have? I drive a big truck and I'm half centaur. Don't listen to Rodney. He gets no hose. Okay, Jayhawk. Says the guy who talks about his wiener online. You have a truck too? Jesus Christ, slow down. Oh my God, Donald Trump is crazy. Donald Trump is so funny. Whoever his media team is, it's pronounced Juno. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, you get it. You see. Did you talk about PEPE? I did talk about PEPE. I think when it comes to PEPE, I think that there is more bearishness on the horizon, but at the end of the day, it's going to be bullish. So load up on your favorite projects, including PEPE. Motherfucker, we had a whole live where you pulled it up and I told you I was going to buy it. Oh, yeah. But I didn't know you were actually going to buy it. I didn't know you were going to buy it. What the fuck is this? Brain rot. The internet. The singer Kid Laroi reportedly put both of his fingers inside a Chinese finger trap and has been stuck for the past 5 hours. And this guy, and Kid Laroi posted question marks. What the fuck is up with the internet, dude? Roddy got a dragon wagon though. Tell him, Roddy, you be bagging the snow bunnies. First, you can't remember our milestones. Now you don't remember the legendary streams. I remember them. Senor, I'm literally a snowplow. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you, Jay. Look it. I believe you, you know? Hey, we got 1 subscriber since the stream started. Someone must love this banter. I'm Elmer Fudd out here hunting wabbits. Okay. All right. That's enough. I've had enough. I fucking love you guys. I love you guys, you know? Hey, you know, through thick and thin, we've been through some shit in the crypto space together, you know? Love you guys. I love this stream. Literally, this stream is the highlight of my day. Which is that, I don't know if that's sad or is that good. You know, is that sad or is that bad? Wait, sad or good? Wait, sad? Or is that sad or good? I don't know. I remember the milestones, Jay. I didn't know you were actually going to buy the truck. Nigga, you already have like 10 cars. Why you need another one? That's my logical brain. Okay? My logical brain says Jayhawk has 10 cars. Why does he need another one? He's sounding like he's going to poof on us. I'm not. I haven't poofed this time. The only reason why I missed streams this week is I was traveling. I had to. You know? I had to. I can't stream on the plane. I could. No, you can't. You can't. The Wi-Fi is not good on any plane to do a live stream. It's just not. And plus, I'd be yapping in my phone. What about the people sitting next to me? I think they want to hear me talk about wieners and centaurs and snowplows, and they don't want to hear that. You know. Hey, shout out to that 1 token. Motherfucker saved my life for real. Yeah, I got your back, Jay. Got your back. Which kind of car do you have? I have a Tesla, but I'm getting a new one. I'm getting a Plaid here in 6 days. Tesla Model S Plaid in 6 days. So I'm pretty stoked about it. I forgot about that. I'm excited for that. I have a Tesla, though. I wanted like a Corvette. I want other cars, but I really do love the Teslas. And I do like not driving myself to a lot of places. Like, honestly, coming like training, like a hard training like session, you're just tired. Yeah, I like that. I did want the Corvette, though, but for what? You know, it's all loud and shit. Getting old. I don't need all that noise. Don't buy a vet. Yeah, I'm not going to buy one anymore. Why do I keep getting these random ass text messages that are not real, that are like, how are you? We should find some time to talk. Like these random text messages. The scammers are out and about. Do you mind if I bring something up? These random text messages from people I do not know. All right, you little fucking weirdos. I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you for the power hour this morning. Guys, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you like being here. And guys, hey, what's up with Jake fighting with Orangey? I don't know if he's fighting that guy. I don't know. But I appreciate you guys. Smash the like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you like being here. Give your boy a follow if you're watching on X. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. All right, guys? Peace.